My name is Beth Hiley here for Board Game Geek TV at Gen Con 2014. I'm sitting down with Max Holland. Hey.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good. It's Gen Con.
It's Gen Con. And we're just saying, I want to make sure at Ginger Ale Games, which is
Ginger Ale Games.
Great name. And we're sitting next to the really impressive box. That's a box.
Yes, it is quite the box. It'll hopefully be a special edition we'll have available when we get to Kickstarter.
Does it include the rope?
Yeah, well, let's just say yes. We haven't figured out a finality yet, but yeah.
All right, and what comes in this spectacular box?
What comes in this box is a double-sided game board, 70 little coffin tokens in 5 different colors, and 100 tarot-sized playing cards.
Okay, as awesome as this box is, I'm going to put it down because it would really be horribly ironic if it fell on our heads and we died. And yeah.
Ironic, tragic, whatever. Okay. This is Bring Out Your Dead. What it is we are...
Monty Python? No?
No Monty Python.
Okay.
We don't want to get sued or anything.
Oh, fair enough.
So what we're trying to do is get our family members, which is represented by the little coffins. The will has been read. We're the bottom of the rank. So the only way we can rise to the top is to get everyone above us
At a competition.
Yes. But in order to save face, we also have to make sure they end up in the best graves in the graveyard. Okay? We can.
That is both duplicitous and considerate of us.
Yes, exactly. We're not terrible people. The arsenic doesn't mean anything.
Really, I think the best of you. I just need you to be dead.
So what I'm going to do is we're just going to show around real quick. I'll explain how we play. It's a very, very simple game with a lot of strategic depth once you include the cards. Okay, so what we start out with is a hand of a few cards. It's a bit more than we actually start out with. Death notes always stay in your hand from beginning of the game to the end. Treasure cards, which have the green border, these will be collected for bonus points at the end of the game. Or they can be played to just score points at any point during the game. And then we have fate cards, which are action cards. They do, like this one lets you swap graves with one of your bodies and one of your opponent's bodies, so you can try to get into a better position. Okay, so I'll give you your hand here.
All right.
We've also got a little cheat sheet, which will reference every single card in the game.
All the symbols, yes.
All the symbols. I'll just let you ask me questions, though, so we don't get...
Well, I'm just gonna. So will we just take turns playing a card and?
Yep. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna flip over the cart. Since we're only playing with 2 players, there's only 3 spaces in the cart. Okay. Since I'm the first player, I get to choose whether we're gonna load into this side of the graveyard or into this side of the graveyard. So I'm gonna choose this side. Now we have to play 3 cards from our hands, face down. Then we're going to flip them over and resolve them in the order of the numbers in the top. Okay?
All of my cards at once and then all of yours, or in numerical order between the 2 of us?
Between the 2 of us.
Okay.
So everything happens simultaneously.
All right. Well, I'm actually going to not look at this and just sort of pick 3 at a whim to see what will happen.
Okay.
Okay. I'm picking mine by the artwork that I'm finding interesting.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay. The only thing that we have to make sure that that each card has a different number. If you play 2 cards with the same number in the top corner, then only one of them is going to activate. Okay. So let's flip them over. Okay. So the first thing we've got is we start with 10. What the ghoul does is...
I'm going to put that in the middle just so we can maybe zoom in on some of the artwork, because that's pretty awesome.
Okay. So what we do with the ghoul is if you have a coffin in a grave, it allows you to take it back and give it to any player. So now that they have one more coffin to get rid of over the course of the game. But you still score the points for it. Okay? Part of what that's useful for is if we ever overload the cart, which we're going to do. Cards go in the river, they're worth negative points at the end of the game. So sometimes they'll turn into ghouls and come back and haunt families.
Oh, even better.
So that's what that will do.
All right, so not my best card to play right off the bat
Yeah.
because I had nothing to move out.
Yep, but we will score 3 points for playing
Okay.
it. So
Woohoo!
you're red, so
I'm
3
red.
points.
There we go.
Okay, next thing we do is we move down to our 8s.
So, Rich Uncle Devereux,
Yep.
which we both had 8s.
Yes, we both had them. So because I'm first player, mine will activate first. We add a single coffin
To our cart.
to the cart.
All
Now
right,
you'll
so
add
I
one.
would also add one
Yep.
to the cart.
Okay, now we move down. Those just get removed from the game. We move down to the 7, which will just add 1.
I can see
then-
that symbology is really easy to understand because I can figure out that you are going to add 2 coffins to your cart for this next one.
Yep.
So there's just a really easy to figure out.
Yeah, I try hard. It's not my first game. So this is going to return to my hand. The fate cards and the treasure cards
yes.
always get removed. These ones always go back to your hand, so you have them every turn.
And then I have the last, so you're
Yeah, so
adding
the
a double
6,
one.
But since we're out of spaces, it's going to get added to the river.
And
will
then
go
I
back.
have the 2.
The 2, and what this means is if you had also played a 3, then you would just get to take a fate card. So you have to play them in combination in
Okay.
order to get the effect.
Now, what triggers the end of the game?
The game ends once 8 rounds, so 8 carts are gone, or if a player pushes, they can actually run out of bodies and trigger the end of the game before everybody else gets rid of theirs.
Obviously, this seems like it's pretty far along in its production. Do you have an idea of when you're going to have this?
We're
ready
hoping to
go?
have it ready for Kickstarter mid-October and end it probably right after BGG-Con. So that's our tentative plan at the moment.
You can
so.
open through BGG Con.
That's the plan. We want to be there at BGG Con.
All right, so we just gotta bring this out one
Yes.
more time, just because it is so spectacular. And I'm guessing though that this would fit in something other than this for those who
Yes,
might not want
be
to
in
hang.
it'll be in the standard 11.5 by 3-inch box that most games come in.
Have you been walking around all day with this?
No, one of my other friends had it for 2 hours this
Good,
morning.
all right,
so.
that's good. You make them cart your
Yes.
giant wooden coffin around.
Yeah, I believe in slavery at all costs. Take this, run.
Well,
So-
Max, I'm so glad you were able to stop by with your
Yeah,
coffin
so was I.
and talk about bodies washing down the river.
Yep.
It's always
So
a good time.
one of the best things.
Well, thank you again. Have a great Gen Con.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.